Oh, yeah. Welcome out, y'all. This is the Remix Morning Show. I go by name of the Ear Doctor in case you didn't know, and this is Black Liberation Media. Yes, giving you that boom bap breakfast fresh and right on your plate. At 8, we here. So have no fear. Coming through crystal clear, we got LJ and Dr. Jared Bull. Ring the alarm.
I love it.
Sound effect.
Good morning. Yes. Wow.
Starting LJ.
Good morning. Good morning. It's the skeleton crew on Thursday.
You know, we dropping kids off and all that stuff. That's what they do. Kamal will be here with another story. Hopefully not another dead body on the road, but we'll see.
Oh gosh. I hope not.
Yeah. So I don't have that problem today because unlike the heathens, wherever Kamal and whoever else is supposed to be here on time is, we celebrate the Jewish New Year.
Yeah, I was like, I'm busy today.
It's the what today?
It's Rosh Hashanah today.
It's schools are closed. It's Jewish New Year.
I know, and we are here.
Well, I'm in the super black neighborhood, so I don't know nothing about that being celebrated.
That's usually where they get the most shut off. That's
oh really?
Yeah, I think Kamal must be in some super elite private. You know, I don't know where they are. It's probably some like.
He stays on the east side of Wakanda.
Maybe they're very religious. Maybe they're very Christian or Muslim too. So they're like, man, we don't care about no Jews.
That's possible.
Go to class.
Well, yeah, well, in Chicago, we used to get all of the Jewish holiday hours. It's a huge Jewish diaspora there. So, yeah.
It was how most of us are introduced.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how because even in my house, I didn't know nobody paid attention. It was like, oh, it's Rosh Hashanah. You home today? Okay.
Yeah, you really see the like Christian overlay on everything when you're trying to celebrate a different holiday. So.
Okay. Well,
so
I guess I won't be seeing none of that no time soon around here. Since I've been here for 20 years or so.
You know, well, Happy New Year if you celebrate it. If you know whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Kamal.
Like, coming right on time. Come out, okay, Franklin.
What were they saying about me?
Just your camera.
It feels like it. It feels like I know too much headroom, right? Too much headspace.
Yeah, like Max Headroom over there. Yeah. Oh, you remember that, LJ? Max Headroom?
No, it's just funny.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that was old.
That was a bit of a
Where's
reference.
that from?
That was AI, the first AI we see.
Right.
That's true. Computer generated talking head. 80s or 90s? 80s?
Like 80s.
Definitely 80s.
Wow.
Definitely 80s. And it became like a big commercial sales pitcher to, you know, it became like a evening talk show thing. And then the comedian who was behind it. Yeah, and then the comedian who was behind it tried to have a career, and everybody was like, "Nah, we only like the digital version."
Yeah.
Wow.
Once you take that off, yeah.
Remember
the unknown comic?
Mm-hmm.
The guy, the comedian,
with the bag on his head?
No, not you, LJ. I know you don't remember.
Oh, LJ definitely does not remember.
No. There was a comic again back in the 80s, maybe even early.
LJ's parents might not even remember this.
Oh gosh,
for real, the hell. You might be right.
The unknown comic, he had a paper bag over his head,
and
he would do a comedy routine with a paper bag, you know, and it was a hit. Like he was a big hit for a while. And I think at one point he decided to take the paper bag off, and it was like, wah, wah, wah. Nobody cares. You're not funny anymore.
LJ, there was a host that used to host with and smoke cigarettes at the same time while he was hosting the TV show. What was his name?
All
the
of
white
them.
Boy?
Oh yeah, all of them back in the day.
Johnny Carson, of course,
Really?
but all of them.
I was thinking it was a loudmouth white boy.
Oh, you're thinking about
Morton Downey.
Morton Downey.
That wasn't a talk show. That was. I don't even mean to demean the lowbrow talk show. We're calling that a talk show.
He was like the first Jerry Springer.
Really.
Well, yeah, they're gonna do whatever. So.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he was, and I mean, and that was always why when people were saying, "Oh, you all are whatever the first version of PC snowflakes," for saying, words can be hurtful. Like that was the era where it was like post civil rights, post Black Power, and it was whites were saying, "No, we're going back to doing whatever we want on TV. We let a few of you on." We let a few of you get some jobs. Enough of that. And it was like this era of this backlash, this hostile backlash. And he was definitely part of it. And then when people were like, could you kind of call me by my name? Everybody's like, oh, you soft. It's like, damn, I'm just tired of walking out here getting disrespected every third word. People are like, nah, you soft. Back in my day, we could, anyway, so yeah.
In fact, that was Al Sharpton was on that show.
Yeah, that's when that dude punched Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
Was that fight went down?
Roy Innes punched him in the mouth.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when Al.
TV, LJ.
That was TV. I know nothing.
That was Big Al. He was big.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah. That was full size, right.
Long perm,
right? Yeah. Stuffed in that suit.
Highlights. Everything.
He was.
Yep, all of that.
Speaking of old school, your boy Pete Rose passed away. He got banned for betting in baseball?
Yeah, they did Pete wrong.
I think they did him wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't bet on himself, but he did bet. But I mean, dudes are taking.
He bet on himself to win.
Yeah.
I mean, if you bet on yourself to lose, then that's a problem. But if you bet on yourself to win,
that's
come
a
on.
problem.
So he's not supposed to get cleaned up for that. He's just supposed to just.
I mean, they could have banned him for like 2 years, but they did a lifetime ban, and they barred him from the Hall of Fame. He was the all-time hits leader. He had more, with just like an astounding big record in baseball. He broke a record that stood for like 40 or 50 years, that kind of thing.
And now I haven't checked, but I'd be willing to bet, pun intended, that legal gambling is. At least 50% of the viewership of all of these sports at this point.
Hey, like your boy said, his funeral gonna be sponsored by DraftKings.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good weaponized thought. That's a good salute. That was a very good one right there.
For real.
But they should be saying
the industry itself supports gambling on their sports now. Like they do these commercials and all that.
And then speaking of DraftKings, do you all remember at the beginning when DraftKings they had an initial scandal that they've clearly overcome, where it was shown that employees were rigging the whatever algorithm to win.
I believe that.
And I mean, when I saw that, I said, man, I'm never, because I thought about doing it a little bit just to have some fun when I was still watching sports. But then when that story broke, I was like, oh, no, I was like, thank you for the reminder.
Around the way, when they got the bodegas and they got the machines in the back, I was never tempted. I was like, hell to the no.
Yo, people
not
be
the
sitting at the gas
poker
station all day.
Yeah, I don't believe. I was like, yo, I'm not. This machine is not real. This is obviously fixed. I'm not particularly like some game like poker or whatever it is. 3 lemons. I was like, hell no, that's just giving my money away. Unless I just want the experience of giving my money away. You know what I mean? Like it's like for that purpose. If I go to a casino,
right?
I feel like part of the purpose is okay. I'm gonna take this $200 or whatever it is, and if I blow it, then that's cool because that's what I'm here for. But for me, in the bodega, it feels even more. You know what I mean? I don't have the accoutrements to make me feel like it's an experience. Yeah.
The worst thing is
gambling.
In Maryland, I don't know how widespread it is, but this Keno game.
Oh yeah, Keno. That's a big.
And when I was bartending, the worst part of it is they take up time at the bar. So whether you're waiting for a drink or making drinks, you got to stop.
No, the wait is already so long.
Yeah, and you're like, I was like, man, stop coming to my bar making me.
The wait is already so long.
And you're gonna lose. You're losing money you should be tipping me with. Over here, just giving money away to Maryland. I mean, yeah. So yeah, all of that. But I would have. I'm not as Brooklyn. So I would have to go through one round of loss first. Like I gotta get tricked first. Yeah, I gotta try it. I gotta put my hand on the stove. Like I don't. It's not hot. You just saying it's hot.
I think it'd be really fun to like lose a bunch of other people's money. I want someone to sponsor me so that I can go to Monte Carlo and just like lose like $1 million, like of somebody else's money, obviously.
Well, that's
Patreon, Black Liberation Media Patreon. LJ's going to Monte Carlo.
I need a suit.
Wow.
We're gonna sponsor the first Black Liberatory.
Yo, my parents.
Y'all ever do 3-car volley on the street? Y'all ever played it?
I already told you my story.
No. Yeah.
No.
That one, I mean, I'm sure I did a version in like a kid's version, like with I think the older kid in my building that I used to run around with. I think he got me on that, but never like a real one. By the time I saw them in the street, I was like, this is not real.
Yeah. My parents used to go to Atlantic City and spin. Boy, Pops would hit the 21 blackjack table. My mom would hit the slots and just be there all day.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the time just goes when you're in the casino.
That's what they want. Disappear.
I know those.
That's why they'll give you free rooms,
free rooms,
free drinks. Yes.
Yeah. Just lose to the house.
They should just come through with a whole tray of drugs.
Yeah, that would definitely make you stay longer.
Pick your poison, just enough to keep you conscious. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of drugs.
Oh wow!
A drug life.
I wish.
Kim Brown.
Good morning.
That's funny.
Oh, the sweater. I like this little bundled up fall look you have here.
It's frost on the grass outside right now. It's crazy.
I know.
Who's sniffing the grass? What?
No sniffing. But yo, I got to see the documentary Michael Vick is doing on black quarterbacks. It was pretty interesting. Interesting. It was good how they went all the way back.
Dog betting. It's a dog.
Hey, I hope they have a good, strong section on how he got done wrong.
If anybody got done wrong,
if anybody got done wrong,
fuck Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Mike Vick got done.
Mike Vick,
come on,
super wrong.
Free Mike Vick.
At its highest level.
I mean, y'all got cockfighting going on all day, and people are making money off that. Then you throw some dogs in. Now it's a big thing because dogs is your best friend. Fuck out of here.
I'm just saying prison and ruining a career is too much. I'm all for some sort of punishment.
Dogs. Like Leavenworth is not the punishment though. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a fine. That was not a prison sentence in federal jail.
And White Boy would have got fines. Like what's his name? Green Bay quarterback. What's his name?
Exactly. This nigga received $5 million. Where is his jail?
He's over here testifying in Congress. He's over here lying his ass off in Congress.
With the ultimate finesse, y'all. I'm sick and shit. Oh, now you sick. Oh, okay.
Now he's sick. Exactly.
That's why you sold $5 million because you got Parkinson's. Got it.
There needs to be guardrails.
My head was messed up. Right, the guardrails. That's the.
But I would say the dope thing about the documentary is how every football team tried to get the black quarterback to play a different position. Every football team, they was like, no, go out for a receiver, go out for a cornerback. You can't handle the quarterback because it's too much thinking and too much power, as in this is my team and we got to follow you. So going through the years, they went through Warren Moon's career, one of the first. I mean, he went from the first black quarterback all the way to Mahomes. It was good.
Where's it playing at? Mahomes is black?
Is he? Is he black?
His dad is black as hell.
Well, his dad is black, yes. But
my class just had a whole debate about it. Like a full class, almost the entire class, almost for the entire class debate.
About whether or not he was black?
Yes. And it got into not just his parentage, but again his behavior, his dating habits, his like everything was brought in to assess. It went way past biology and phenotype. It was a whole. We need to assess this whole man's life.
Well, I mean, if we're doing one drop rule, yeah, he is black, but his whole everything about him is giving me white boy. You know what I'm saying?
That was a half the room right there. Kim had at least half the class was with Kim.
I'm just saying though, man. The dude. I mean, he even works. He's talking about like when he was talking about the other quarterback, Lamar. And he talking about the other quarterbacks. He was like, yo, I represent the black quarterbacks, and y'all got to stop saying that we can't do this, we can't do that. So he's standing up for his brothers. So
he said that? What's his name said that?
Mike Vick said that?
No, Mahomes. He was like, I'm standing up with my other brother quarterbacks. So
I'm telling you, it's my homie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it.
Well, at the very least, he's the last black person in his family. He's the last of the line.
He's you're right about that.
Yeah. They're not going back to black after his gender, after his spawn. That they staying with the white. They on that white track.
Yes, they're definitely on their white track.
Kim hit us with that loaded.
Mike Vick. Hold on, let's get back to Mike Vick. How much is Mike Vick in this documentary? My God, just fine as wine.
Right? Does he take his clothes off in the documentary?
Most important.
He sits down with Colin Kaepernick also, so it was a good conversation.
But are they dressed?
Are they dressed?
Fully dressed?
Yeah,
are they shirtless?
They fully.
Oh, well,
damn.
Sorry, Kim.
Thank you. I mean, now I'm not interested.
Never mind. Exactly.
Just lost.
I just Googled. Yeah, I won't be there. I won't be there. I was like, oh, he's pretty cute.
Sheesh. But look at that though. As soon as they what industry, what corner, as soon as you let knuckles in, they take over. Now the black quarterbacks dominate.
Yes.
And their style of play that was long critiqued. They can't stay in the pocket and they can stay in the pocket, they can run, they can do everything.
Yeah, because Steve Young was like the white boy for San Francisco. He was out there running, and he was like, "Oh shit, you can run in."
And loved him.
And they loved him, exactly. Loved him. Then all of a sudden, he was smart and athletic.
Yeah, exactly.
Sneaky fast. What did they call white athletes?
All of that. All of that. I remember that vividly. They loved them some Steve Young, and it was like, all right, now you just playing in our faces. So obvious.
I was on that train too.
Because I mean, and the same thing, by the way, in reverse. Because when Warren Moon stood strong in the pocket and was immobile and was just dropping dimes on everybody, it was like, oh well, he's an anachronism. He's special. They were probably looking for some diasporan DNA in him. Like maybe he came from Canada. Remember, he played in Canada. Maybe they fixed him up in Canada. He's not like
the black deer.
Let me out. I don't want to be here. Hey, doctor, do they talk about how the black quarterbacks get pummeled by the refs? Like the refs just allow black quarterbacks to get smashed up.
They didn't really go over that part. He was more documenting just the black quarterbacks and their stories.
Where's
Doug Williams and stuff. Damn.
They talked to Doug.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got
the first
Doug.
black. He was the first black
really?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yes.
You don't say.
And guess who was the second? Sierra's husband.
I have no idea that Doug Williams, representing the Washington football team, was the first black quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Wow.
Some cynical.
Did y'all know that?
I thought it was the Bears guy. I don't remember his name.
Me too. I didn't know. Bears. I'm like Doug Williams. Never even heard of him.
There's no black quarterback for the Bears.
Not now.
Not then. Am I falling in the trap here?
I don't.
I don't remember the guys. I don't remember his name.
LJ doesn't know trapping you. L doesn't know. I don't think LJ is.
LJ don't know what they're talking about.
LJ is messing up over there. Kim is trapping.
Kim is not appreciative of your lack of understanding that she's from the DC area, and of course she knows.
Oh, okay. And the second was Sierra's husband.
Was his number 17?
Russell Williams.
Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Who I love. I mean, I gotta admit, like at first I didn't like him too much because he had the white wife, and then he dumped her for Sierra, and I was like,
and then he redeemed himself in your eyes.
He redeemed himself exactly.
In your eyes.
That never happened.
He dropped his white wife. He dropped his white wife like a bam.
After becoming famous. That's the complete opposite. He is the anti-trend.
Which is the opposite of what one must do, yes, in order to be famous.
What usually happens, yes.
That's why Pete Carroll was like, get out of here.
All this black love. We don't need that.
Right. That's why we're going to make you throw the ball on the 1 yard line and ruin your whole legacy.
And it wasn't until last year where we finally had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. And we had 2 black head coaches with
last year was the first time there were 2 black quarterbacks?
Yeah.
No, that can't be true.
I don't think.
Why not?
I don't think that one is true.
Okay. I just watched the documentary, but what do I know?
I just want to
Didn't Kaepernick play against?
He lost in the Super Bowl.
What about McNabb?
But he was playing
in the Super Bowl.
Donovan lost to a white.
See, Hiram got my back.
Lost to a white.
Yeah, he lost to a white.
That's so funny.
And he threw up on the field. That's what Terrell Owens was saying. He threw up. He was punking out. He said. They said he was punking out.
Yeah,
I was like, that's harsh. That's harsh.
He did set us back a while. He said he did set black quarterback when he threw up on the field. He set black quarterbacks back 25 years.
Oh,
was
damn.
He sick? Did he have the flu or something?
Like, let the man be
Terrell,
ill.
He can't throw up at the Super Bowl.
He probably was. You can't. Like Jordan had the flu and won. He didn't throw up at mid-court. He was hitting threes at the buzzer or twos at the buzzer.
It just wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That happened to Serena too. She was really sick in one of her. I was just watching a documentary, just like 5 minutes of it though.
But she's dominant enough to get away with that.
No, she won, I think.
Yeah, but she won enough to do that. Donovan never won, so you mean you can't throw up and lose.
Oh, yikes! Okay, got it.
And then they talked about Charlie.
You're gonna throw up at least.
Yeah,
right. They talked about Charlie Ward. I didn't know that he was such a good football player. And
he was
went to
nice.
play basketball.
Yeah, because they wouldn't let him play quarterback.
Nice
so he said, "I'm going to the NBA." No, he should have stayed. Well, they didn't let him do his job in the NFL.
Time, they was like, "Yo,"
so he tried to do somebody else's job in the NBA, and that was a wrap. Unfortunate.
But I still don't remember what channel it was on. I'll find out for you.
Okay.
In fact, he should sue. He should have a lawsuit. Whoever made him give up quarterbacking in the NFL and go to the NBA, that cost him millions.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I guess we could go ahead and take a break and get right to it. Yeah, I do have to leave early. I got to talk to a bride and groom about this wedding tomorrow. So,
are we doing classical breakdown at 11?
And you know this.
Okay, just checking, my brother.
You gonna leave at you leaving at?
I can only talk to them at 9, so I have
now
to.
Now people are just running amok these days, man.
Wow, I get one. I'm like here every day. How you saying in DC? Every day.
Every day.
Except today.
RRY.
And I even left y'all. I even left y'all with a break. See, so now
appreciate you.
There you go.
Just clocking in and out whenever they want.
That's brotherly. That's beautiful.
All right, let's take our quick first break right here on No Other Than the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
Let's go. Remix. Let's go.
Do you take this man for your lawful husband? Yes, I do. And do you take this lady for your lawful wife? Yes.
What's good, y'all? Let's do a little remix on the Remix Morning Show. You know how we go right here. Let's get it.
Okay, you can blame it all on me tonight. Don't want to walk away tonight, and I'll be the bigger man. You just keep on trying to push me away, but I'm not leaving. We got so far to go. I wanna know you'll believe in me and keep away your pride. I wanna know, 'cause I can't imagine you not by my side. I wanna know that you'll share with me your hopes and all your dreams. I wanna know, 'cause baby, I love you for loving me.
All right, let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you back to 1982 with the man them called Yellowman off the album Minister Yellowman. Name of this song is called Getting Married. Getting Married. Mixed with a little bit of 2008. We talking about off that Foreign Exchange album. The name of the album was called Leave It All Behind, and the name of the group was called The Foreign Exchange, and the name of the song, I Wanna Know, with Phonte Tigger. Yeah, y'all know what it is. All right, let's get back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, and yeah, donate. Go to blkliberationmedia.org. Uh-huh.
Dope.
All right,
Very right on.
Man, I remember I big up to my cousin Walithia that put me on to Yellowman. We used to ride around in Trenton and have a truck bumping, blazing and drinking and just ride around the neighborhood. Good times, good times.
Mm-hmm. Drinking and driving, always good times.
And smoking.
Yeah, and
drinking, driving, and smoking.
And in their teens.
That's how you got good at it.
Teens,
you know what I'm saying?
wow.
You had to start
That's
early.
how you got good
You know
at
what I'm saying?
it.
By the time you hit 25, you was good riding dirty.
Especially coming from the clubs and stuff. What? You had to get home.
Wow.
There was no Uber back then, LJ.
No, you
Uber.
had to get home.
Yeah.
There was no Uber.
Good
Good luck on a cab. You know how much a cab costs from DC to Laurel? Shit.
Good luck getting a cab.
Yeah.
Like, them picking
better
you up.
It's tighten up. It's time to sober
Looks like
up.
we need
Slap
public
yourself in the face a
transportation,
couple
y'all.
times. Woo.
When you
I
drunk,
remember-
you take public transportation, B.
It's the best being drunk on public transportation. What are you talking
You
about?
oversee. I used to always I would like either miss my stop or come very close to missing my stop. I've known cats who they were like, ah, shit, yo, I rode for they supposed to get off at Kingston. They rode all the way to Rockaway on the A train.
That's hilarious.
Pass the fuck out on the train, and it's like, goddamn, what stop is it?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
At least, you won't be hitting nobody. At least you won't be hitting nobody.
No, it's great.
All right, if I finish my meeting early, I'll come back and check you.
Oh,
Peace.
Oh, we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Hey, listen, before we actually slap the map, I do want to give, if I can, a very quick shout out to Baltimore BAP's own and Black Agenda Report's own, almost on his way to being Dr. Broderick Dunlap, and his colleague, soon to be Dr. Ibanka Anand, who co-facilitated the Modern American History Graduate Seminar at Johns Hopkins last night, where I was invited to have the draft of my book chapter torn to pieces. And it was a beautiful, 90 minutes or so.
Oh, was it as bad as you thought?
It was, but it was done in the way that you're supposed to do it. It was done with people who are concerned for scholarship, who want to see you succeed. So it's not we just hating to hate. It was, we want you to make this better and we can help you make it better. And it was, and all of their suggestions were on point. It was fantastic. It was a little bit awkward at first because we don't know each other. And I'm walking into this room and I'm like, I know I was tense because I felt like all day I had that vibe like I was going to be fighting after school. That's exactly how I felt all day at work. And it was that whole attitude of I just want to run over there and swing on him and get it over with. I was like, but so it was a little bit awkward, but once we got started, it just was dope, man. I mean, I really loved it. Like I'm signing up, I'm going to go back and be involved when they assess so they gather every week or so to and they do it slightly differently with students, and then they invite faculty and other folks from all over the world, really. And they have people coming in and sharing their work, and it's always in draft form. And then you get 10 to 15 people who have read it. They show up with notes, and they're engaged. And it was like, so you got postdocs from Princeton, you got people from all over Hopkins, people coming in from Oxford, people on Zoom from wherever, all part of this, whatever, this symposium. And I don't get to do this stuff very much. Like through Morgan, I don't have access or invitation or see this kind of stuff happen very much. So it was just salute. I had a great time in their Afia. And their Broderick is brilliant. And all of it, so all of this, like they're gonna send me the typed up notes and everything. And it's going to just make everything better. There's so many good suggestions. So it was like some faculty who do sports and race. There was some other, it was just all kinds of good stuff. So
now, is this a chapter for a new book, or
it's a chapter in a book?
In a book, okay.
It's going to be in someone else's. It's in a collection of essays that is going to go in a book on race and political economy that Derek Hamilton and his crew are doing.
Wow.
So selfishly for my career, I do get a university press publication out of it, even though it is just a chapter. So I do need that because I don't have very many of them. So I need to, that's one,
You knocked that down. You had to knock that down.
I do need to get more university press publications because if I wanted, anyway, I should have done that.
You got to do that stuff even if you're tenured. I thought after you're tenured, you could ride the wave, son.
I'm at Morgan State University, bro.
You can't ride.
I got to watch my back. No, but also if I ever wanted to get maybe another job, if I ever have wanted to move, or if I would ever like to move, I have to produce more and better. But even if I don't, the point is, this was dope. This is exactly what I love about the academic experience. Like there was a lot there was a lot to be critical of, straight up. But it was done with we want you to be making better. We want it to be good. And this is what the process is supposed to entail. So it's very different than the YouTube comments. Criticism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't annotate your work with the YouTube comments.
Right.
Margins.
Right. Put it in the footnotes.
Show notes.
Like Extreme Yahoo Sports 73 said.
Right.
You're an idiot.
You motherfucker. But by the way,
maybe academic comments would be better if the comments weren't like 10 pages long as a review and just be like, you dumb asshole. You know what I mean? Like if that was like your comment.
It is succinct.
That would be great.
It is succinct.
Because academics need to like edit their shit down. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have all this time. Yeah.
You're right. They go a long way to say you dumb motherfucker. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's my experience being in a basketball game. Like you could have just said you dumb.
Yeah.
And it would have been done.
Could have just got right there, got straight to it. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, shout out.
You're gonna add something. You was about to add something.
Oh yeah, because the chapter, I did start off the chapter being petty, and I admitted this to them. Because it starts off recounting some of the criticisms I've gotten from Malvo and Boyce and Killer Mike and Willie D and Tory Russell. And then what I'm trying to do is use their bad criticism to say they're wrong, but I'm not really here to deal with that. I'm really here to deal with how did the narrative that they are repeating, even unwittingly, get developed? How are they parroting a propaganda that has been developed over the last 150 years, even if they don't know it? So that's the purpose of the chapter. And so they were trying to give
you beginning that way, or no?
They did, and a lot of what the best help I got for me was that several of them were saying, because I admitted they were like one woman, she did it brilliantly. She asked, she did this. I wish I had the recording because it was so. What she was asking was, why are you being petty? Are you sure you want to be petty? But she did it in such a beautiful way, and that I just said, look, no, I am being petty. I admit it, and there is a limitation that puts on the work. So she and others said, okay, so they were like, well, since they got a kick out of my honesty. So they said, well, if you want to keep it in there, we need, this is what you should do. So they gave me different tips so I could keep it in there and still make it
scholarly
and professional and less petty.
petty.
So that's a super win-win is what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's how stuff gets sold. Battles. You know what I'm saying? They want to pick that line. They're going to pick that line and quote like, well, they said this about this person. And that's how they're going to roll it out.
And
all
you're
right,
continuing in a long tradition of petty. You know, you talk about W.B. Du Bois.
Oh, so petty.
And, you know, scholars of their time being extremely petty, way pettier than you've been.
Ministers are so petty. Let me just say. Ministers are so petty. Let me just say. Woo.
Wait, is my brother in the chat? Speaking of that, is he still in the chat?
In the chat.
Because once upon a time, he said something once upon a time about another minister and the appropriation of lyrics.
Oh, yeah.
And I had never thought about that, but I remember him saying, I don't know if Jamil would ever talk about that, but it was funny because it was
bars, like the
basically, yeah, like
yes, people will steal their whole sermons, people will steal their whole jokes, and it's like, how can you retell my whole story in your sermon? Yes,
especially right after me, right after,
or like you heard me talk about it, and then you go and do it, like
right.
Because the idea is like, how they gonna know, right? In that scenario, how they gonna know? Like, who's coming from your congregation to come to my congregation? How they gonna know?
Petty Pendergrass, I love it. Petty, they call me Petty Pendergrass.
That makes so much sense too. I never thought about that field, like people going at each other too, in terms of like the pettiness, like the ministers.
Your translation of the Hebrew, blah blah blah. It's like, oh. God.
Yeah. Since we talking about MCs real quick, since our quick shameless plug, make sure y'all come back at 11 for the best of 2000 as me and Kim Brown do classical breakdown, and we explore the year 2000.
Is this your version of production? You're going to just pop in anytime and shit?
A little
I thought he was gone. Wow. I thought he had to go.
He's got 20 minutes.
8:54.
And you're inspiring bad habits because shout out to my producer, Will. He ear doctored me the other night on my show. He was just talking from the ether. I'm like, nigga, cut your camera on. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not it. No, I'm not Jaguar Wright. I'm not just sitting here talking in the space. Like, you need to come on and put your camera on. I said, look,
is she talking?
Wait, Kim, who is that? Who is that? Please tell me.
Jaguar Wright.
My goodness.
First and foremostly, she is an amazing singer from Philadelphia. Please check out Jaguar Wright's self-titled debut album. She absolutely smashed it, but she's better known now as the outer of Black Hollywood Secrets. And she, going on several years now, called that Diddy has been doing XYZ, but the main target of her ire is Sean Carter. I don't know what Jay-Z did to this lady, but she has just been telling the things. And what's interesting about, because she says a lot of salacious stuff. I won't get into all the salacious details and allegations and whatnot. But what I find interesting about the stuff that Jaguar says is that nobody has sued her for defamation. She has not been sued for slander. She's not been sued for defamation. Ergo, therefore, the assumption is that she's probably telling the truth because somebody would have sued her ass by now to get her to shut up. But for years, every week, it's a gem of sorts about somebody in the industry. And it's, talking about the sex trafficking allegations of child abuse. Again, I won't get into the details. If you know, you know. But yeah, that's who Jaguar is present day. But she's an awesome singer, by the way. Let me just say that.
She is fantastic. And yeah, she was just on Piers Morgan in the UK.
Was she?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is she becoming more famous for this role? Yes. She was a rapper or whatever?
Nobody on Piers Morgan's staff knows anything about her singing career.
Wow, which is bananas.
That's my assumption. But
she's like almost famous for her in the record industry.
She's best known for singing on Heart of the City, Jay-Z's song that he performed with the Roots on MTV's Unplugged back in the day, because she was seated and very pregnant and she still killed it.
Killed it. I listen to that regularly, actually. It's in my regular rotation.
Is it? Wow.
That song, actually, for a long time. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
The band does a good job in the live performance and she kills it. And then she did the song that Mary J did on Can't Knock the Hustle. And then when they did another performance live, Mary, you see Mary come out and basically take the mic from her to say, "Can I please rock on my song with Jay-Z?" And she's like, of course. But it's also kind of felt like, "Please don't sing my song in front of me better than me." Like that's the vibe I felt in the moment. Like Mary was like, "Look, if I'm not there and you do it, it's one thing. But if I got to sit right here, now give me the mic."
Shit. Yeah.
She's very talented. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a lot to say, and it's very entertaining. I don't know how true it is, but to Kim's point, nobody's come with the lawsuits, and you feel like they would by now because she has had a lot to say about everybody or everybody.
You said the Roots did her wrong too? Somebody in the chat saying that she claims the Roots did her wrong too?
Everybody. The Roots, she said the Roots didn't stand with the brother when he was dying, the bass player.
Oh man, Leonard Hubbard. Damn.
Leonard Hubbard, thank you. She calls him out for that. She says they didn't stand with Malik B.
Right.
She said,
who is that? Who died? Right? What Malik B died? Yes.
I thought both. Then I thought. I'm sorry if I'm feeling
Malik B. Nah, Dice Raw's still here.
Okay. It was Malik.
But
B.
then the bass player
Leonard Hubbard did die.
He did. Right. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. That's right. You're right. So right. So she was saying all of that. She said Common woke her up on the bus with his
that part
on her face.
Shit.
Yeah. She's had a this, and I'm going back a couple of years now on that. I'm not even up on the latest. I just know she has been very busy, and nobody has said stop or I'm suing.
They sure have.
She said look into Kim Porter's death. She did say that. She was saying a lot of people dying around this dude and nobody's looking. She's been saying that. Like before the latest with these allegations with Diddy. She's been
what's wild about that part, I find that interesting because I'm like, is she basically accusing Diddy of some sort of biological warfare, right? Because Kim Porter, Heavy D, Andre Harrell, at least the ones that have died of a quote illness, right? It's like, how in the fuck is Diddy infecting people with pneumonia? How does this work? So I'm just curious about the biological warfare aspect of her allegations. But
well, to your point, Kim, I feel like we were trained. I mean, this is after, but we were trained to do that during COVID, just like coughing all over your family members, coughing all over people, just being like whatever. Like you just get the whatever. So I think that whole thing is very common, like especially in the United
purposely
States.
Trying
just
to
throwing away your life, Well, I think being negligent is tantamount to just, and also not caring about people's compromised positions. Make people sick.
Can I ask you guys a question?
She rescued wait. A-Rob said she also claims she rescued 3 women from Epstein Island on a raft. She's not well.
Nigga, wow. I have not heard that.
I haven't heard that one either.
I haven't heard that. That I have not heard. Please send the clip. Where is the TikTok? I would love to see that. I need to see that.
Wow, she was rescued.
Wow.
I have not heard that one.
Yeah,
I've heard her say a lot. That I have not heard her say. But in terms of what you say, I mean, as random, how would you guys handle this? I was at a convention once, and I'm walking by, and this girl sneezed in my face.
Ooh. Like on purpose?
I have no idea if it was on purpose.
Probably not. But still.
Like, is that? And I didn't hit her. Right. So
wow,
surprising. I think I was correct to not hit, but I wanted.
Did you at least say like, what the fuck? Or cover your mouth or anything? Or were you just in shock?
I didn't say anything. I just kept it moving. But I was just because it's one of those instances, it's like you do nothing or you're going to overdo it, right?
Yeah, I definitely identify with that.
Either I have to walk by or I'm going to overdo it in the moment. There is no middle, right? You know what I mean? So I definitely
feel that. Yes.
I chose to walk away, but I was enraged enough. I think I could have been inspired to violence. Does that engender a violent reaction if someone sneezes in your face?
It does. It does.
Oh, spitting is assault legally. So
sneezing
that's what my that's what I'm saying. If you sneeze on purpose, isn't that spitting?
Who sneezes on purpose though?
Yeah,
who can actually sneeze on purpose?
But no, you can sneeze in someone's face on purpose is what I'm saying. You can when you know it's on its way, you can, if you really wanted to, you could be like, watch this.
That's gotta be some real diabolical shit if you actually
You're right.
sneeze on purpose on somebody.
The kicker
But
is
so is
I got
spitting.
sick. I got sick after that.
Of course you did.
damn.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen
Yeah,
it
that
happen with
sucks.
like a cough or a sneeze, and it is usually a black woman who will go, "Can you cover your mouth?" Loudly. Where you're like, "Oh, goddamn."
But you should.
Yes,
But you should.
But you feel both ways about it. You're like,
And
yes,
this
I feel
random
bad,
black
but then
woman
you
is
feel like,
right.
"Oh, she gave it to him. Oh, she gave it to him."
And it was a black woman who did it. That was the fucked up thing, right? This was at a NABJ convention, and I was like, "Wow!"
Oh, so that means a bougie black woman.
A
did it
further
too.
question: Was anyone masked where you were?
Oh no, beloved. This was many
Absolutely.
years ago. This is definitely
Okay. Yeah,
way
but still,
pre-COVID. This is when
in
I
the
was
Wild
still,
Wild West days, yeah.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yup.
Nobody
But
cared
anyway,
back
so
then.
fight.
So are we back in those days
Yes.
again? I don't see nobody masked up in these meetings. So people do these fake.
But it would
tests.
still be different now, I think.
Well,
I
yeah,
still
now
think it would
people
still be different, even
yeah.
without masks. People would still
Yeah.
be.
If you cough too much, people looking at you
You
like
got to go outside.
You got
shorty.
exactly.
that cough's a little too deep.
You see people start looking, everybody start looking at you. Like, why are you still in the room?
You're like, it went down the wrong throat. It's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, you got to move that. Take care
But
of
I
that.
definitely feel that from what you said, Kim, that whole I find myself been in that moment many times. If I do anything, it's going to be too much. So I'm going to do nothing.
Mhm.
And the worst part is when you leave after that and somebody you're with was like, man, I'm surprised you let that go. And you like, really,
That's the
word, really,
worst. That's the
really,
worst.
really.
And then they tell you after.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you egg me on?
Right, because for me it would be like, because if I did what I was gonna do, you'd have been saying afterwards, you'd be like,
That
"See,
was
I didn't
too
know you."
much.
Right.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Jerry, I didn't know
You lost it right there, my man.
Now you and it's like,
shut up,
my
you didn't
guy,
do
get it
anything.
together. I'm just gonna not do nothing. Right.
I have to say I respect the do nothing sometimes, because again, when I choose to do too much, it goes red, dog. I don't hear anything. Anyone saying relax, I don't hear any of that. It is going from 0 to 10 quick.
Yeah, we got it.
Well, Ear Doctor has decided that we should go from 0 to 10 immediately. So let us dance. Good morning,
Immediately.
remixers. Welcome to Black Liberation Media's infamous Remix Morning Show. We have got a full slate on deck for you today. The good Reverend Dr. Jared Ball, Mr. Dr. Kamal Franklin, the good Reverend Dr. Actual Reverend Dr. soon to be, LJ in the building. My name is Kim Brown. Ear Doctor's in the cut. He's going to depart, but he will be back. And you guys are here with us. So thank you so much for being here once again for another Remix Week. Don't forget, we have an extended day of the Remix Morning Show. Fridays. I don't know what show used to come on Fridays, but now the Remix Morning Show comes on Fridays, 8 a.m. Just kidding, JB. But what's up? People asking me questions. Is the Destiny's Child breakup? Is it a reunion? What is going on?
I'll be honest with you, it's very weird right now. Technically, there's supposed to be a show tonight on that other on the Africa World Order platform.
Okay.
But I'll share with everybody, none of us have spoken. So Skip Coon has put all this together. I don't know.
I love how you guys do things by the seat of your pants.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit, I don't know how it's gonna go. It's been I honestly don't know. But yeah, technically it's gonna be, I don't know.
Coon's brother's gonna work it out energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Come with that.
There are people with that, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
but are y'all just like, is it just kind of like you haven't talked? I don't perceive it as beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like y'all are beefing. Y'all is just like, ooh, this nigga and this nigga. Shit.
I mean, I guess there's a little bit of that.
It's like this nigga behind word.
I mean, check out the show. I don't know.
I don't think, y'all not beefing, are you, Jared?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just feel like there's it's just awkward. I just feel very much like the whole thing is awkward, and I'm still conflicted. I really don't like the platform exit. I can say I understand, but I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So I don't really know. I don't know, and I'm still conflicted as to what exactly I should be doing, to be honest. I don't have that kind of clarity right now. So we'll see. Well,
that's always a reason to tune in.
That's
that's definitely a reason to tune in.
Yes.
What African World Stream?
World Order. Because although we need to change that too, because everything with African in it is getting attacked now. Speaking of African Stream, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But African World Order, and
what kind of world are we living in with Twitter? X is the only platform that will allow free speech on.
Wow.
Elon Musk is the bastion of free speech.
Well, that's where we are. Yeah.
Except when you're critical of him, because he has been banning folks lately for raising criticism of him. So as people, of course, have pointed out, Mr. Free Speech, everything goes, has its limits when it's directed at you, homie. So
I'm still waiting for Blue Sky to blow up. I just can't. I'm like, can I get more people on this goddamn platform? I'm waiting.
Or Threads was supposed to be.
No, you can't. Threads is your man from Facebook and whatever. So he's the same.
Well, Blue Sky is who? What billionaire freedom lover are we following?
Blue Sky is not billionaire. Blue Sky was started when Twitter was started in Twitter. What was the guy who Jack Dorsey? Like it was supposed to be this. I guess the open sourced version of Twitter, and then I guess when Twitter was going to be sold, he bought it out and became an independent company. He left the board. I think basically anytime Elon Musk gives this dude money, he leaves and goes one way or another, whatever. He has principles until Elon Musk throws some dollars his way, and then he decides to leave the board, talks a little crap about it, does some more stuff with Twitter. But basically, it's Twitter, but it's like Twitter. Like technology
Twitter, like low budget Twitter.
Yeah. They've been around for like 2 years. It seems like they just started letting you do videos. So I'm waiting, but I need it to blow up because at least it's open source. If it's like one of these things where you supposedly are able to take your not that I do any of this shit or care about any of this stuff, but for those who do, apparently. You can take your followers to another platform, hook it up to other platforms, and set your set your I guess your page so that you receive certain comments and not others, all that kind of stuff. It's got like 5 or 6 million, and anytime Twitter does something stupid, then all of a sudden it gets a rush of people who join it, like another 3, like in Brazil, when Twitter was shut down for a few weeks. All of a sudden they got like another 1 million people who came over to Blue Sky, whatever like that. So at least the claim again is that they're open source, again, free speech kind of thing. But no, it is not owned by a billionaire. I forgot the type of company that it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be something where like a public good kind of setting, almost like a cooperative, but not quite. But anyway, so that seems to be the only one that has the possibilities, for at least what I've seen, of not being completely dominated by the billionaire class right of now.
But that's where you are missing TikTok, my good brother.
They banned African Stream too.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
Oh shit.
Yes, they did. Under the threat, they're under the gun, right? They're under the gun of being banned in the United States. When the Secretary of State comes out and says these niggas ain't no good, whether you call them the Chinese or not, whoever owns TikTok got their shit together real fast. Like, boss, you don't want them on, boss? Okay, boss. They are.
I'm disappointed in that.
No, they banned them.
Well,
the puppy.
Oh, I have nothing to say. Well, anyway, let's get into some news. Anybody have some stories? My email's not cooperating. I did have a couple stories. Jared, did you know that Morgan State University has greatly increased their security in anticipation of this year's homecoming?
Mm-hmm.
You seen them? They got drones and shit. I said, drones. Drones.
We've been talking about it in my classes all week. Yeah, absolutely. And there's even been some discussion among students, not that many. I don't want to misreport it, but that they don't like it, that they feel that this is unsafe even. But everybody's getting ready. In fact, one of my students said, I won't be in class on Wednesday because I have to go put on my sexy. And then I quickly was like, we got to change the subject. But because Sexy Red is the performer this week.
Oh shit.
At Morgan?
Morgan. Absolutely not. And
for sociological
zero chance.
Anthropological.
Zero chance. I'll leave that to other scholars. No, I'll let other scholars do that research. I am absolutely good.
Ethnography. Let's go.
Yeah, right. But yes, they have ramped up security, 3,100 cameras, drones, they're checking registration, 250 additional police officers.
Hold on, checking whose registration, whether or not students are registered or checking
absolutely all of it.
Wow.
All of it is going to be, and there's a de facto curfew because they're going to be clearing the campus, I think, by 10 o'clock or something like that. So a couple students were saying, so basically my campus is my home, and you're telling me I can't be outside my home after, whatever hour. But what I was sharing with them was, so I kept trying to bring it back to the context of the class, whichever class we were was being taught, and the point for me is always the same. This is sort of a contextual problem. So in one of the pieces we were reading, from, in fact, Josh Meyer's book of Black Study has a really good line in there. We were reading that and stuff about psychological warfare, but he has a really good line in there where he's talking about the purpose of education was to, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Well, one of the points we kept bringing up was politics was not about justice or goodness. It was about the management of those power relations created through slavery, colonialism, and death. And in another area where he was talking about the role of education in the suppression of true Black studies, in helping rationalize the contradictions, this is now my language, but rationalize the contradictions that emerged through all this inequality. So we're saying, all this investment is coming onto Morgan's campus, the surrounding community is getting poorer and poorer, and it creates all this tension. So what you have to do in between is create narratives and militarized context so you can bring in police and make the board, make potential funders, make the military contractors who would push Morgan to a Research One university, which is the goal of the president. All of that requires that they see this. So if students are uncomfortable or somehow not getting the homecoming they want, that's irrelevant. Because the message has to be made to the surrounding community and society that we have it under control and this is a safe space for you to invest in because we're doing what you're asking us to do and producing the kind of citizens you want. So that's how I was trying to raise the conversation in class, and then of course I turned and quickly encouraged them all to hydrate, drink water, end the night with water, to reduce the impact of alcohol abuse and hangovers, because even the literature being distributed for flyers promoting homecoming is riddled with after parties, Don Julio bottles in the flyers. So everybody's clearly being invited to turn up and turn out. So I just wanted to encourage everybody to sort of stay safe with that. And I definitely encourage them. I will stop here by saying, do not drink what you have not brought with you or opened yourself. That was my other last bit of advice.
Excellent advice. And just for context, Morgan is stepping up the security for homecoming because last year's homecoming, there was a mass shooting in which I believe several people were injured. I don't think anybody was killed, but still was a very frightening experience for the students there. Lots of students left campus in the immediate days after this mass shooting. The alleged shooters, I believe, were apprehended. Not Baltimore City residents. I believe they were from down here, PGDC area. and they themselves, I think, were teenagers, like 18, 19, 20, somewhere in there. So it wasn't one of these East Baltimore Negroes who found their way on campus and started licking off shots. That was not what happened. So, but there you go, 3,100 cameras. I feel you should feel safer already, Jared. There's going to be drones.
A little video. Y'all want to see a couple of seconds of it?
What's that?
Sure.
Yep.
Of the Morgan State.
1, 2. Homecoming week at Morgan State University. Rehearsal on the football field. Preparation for Saturday's game and parade. But as the music plays and there's steady light rain falls on campus,
Go Bears!
A grim reminder.
I'm just happy to be alive.
Samantha Morell's memories of the mass shooting that happened on campus during homecoming week last year.
We're in a building made of glass, and a bullet just came through.
The incident happened October 3rd, 2023. Dramatic moments near the Thurgood Marshall Residence Hall and Murphy Fine Arts Center. 5 people shot that night, 4 of them students. Samantha, a 19-year-old sophomore this year, hurt last year while inside the Fine Arts Building, where the coronation was being held, when a stray bullet shattered front windows, injured her legs and scalp.
This year I didn't attend coronation because I was just too scared to go into Murphy. I think it's just a lot of PTSD.
Perhaps eased a bit, with campus police releasing its homecoming security plan for this year's celebration week.
We want to make sure that they're safe doing so.
Campus Police Chief Lance Hatcher,
we're ready,
with details Tuesday, outlining key elements of the plan, which include a deployment of 225 sworn police officers and security personnel, technical enhanced security with aerial drones to provide surveillance on campus, and the campus-wide security system.
That's it.
Hold up. I mean, they're not talking about 225 cops at the same time, are they? I mean, I've been on Morgan's campus. I'm trying to imagine 200 police. That would be an intimidating presentation. Like, what the fuck?
They did. I mean, they've added that the substation in Northwoods. They again, as Baltimore BAP has made clear for us, they've got the 1033 funded weaponry, and Morgan's now up to 10,000 or so students, plus faculty and staff. So from their perspective, there's a lot of people that they have to police. And then remember, the private security is Allied Security, which is, I believe, the second largest employer in the country, and is riddled with all kinds of problems with their employment. That's the company that was accused. That was, there was that security guard that had physically or sexually harassed that student last year, and apparently some others, because a number of students knew exactly the man that she was talking about and had experiences with this one individual. So I mean, it's in the 1033 program, Stone Chowder is the program with the military that allows for sort of unused or extra weaponry to be just repurposed to local police.
Military weaponry.
Yeah, military weaponry to be repurposed for local police. So they're well armed and yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's again, I just hydrate and stay safe, everybody. But no, I won't be. Now, I did ask, and apparently there are. I would never do this, but students did report that faculty do at times end up at some of these gatherings and social events. And I have never found that to be. That's not comfortable for me. If music's playing and drinks are flowing, and I think then we need to all separate. And if it's like if there's, that's usually how I look at it. If it's like a liquor-free event and something official on campus, we're all good. Once people start having drinks and lights get low and it's like a real world event, that's where Jared is out.
World colliding. Jared said no. Thank you.
No, thank you. Nope. No.
Agreed.
Sexy Red. I am a little curious
about the show.
The show. Yeah. I don't know Sexy Red music. I don't know what song she sang, but like I'm sure
they are very excited for her to be there. Students cannot wait.
Wow.
They are amped. Yeah. So I don't know nothing about that.
Well, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, good luck. Stay safe. Drink
fun.
water. Drink your water. Hydrate.
Yeah, I read that Howard is also doing that. No, I was just saying, I just was reading a headline that Howard was also canceling their tailgate party, but not the homecoming celebration part for similar reasons. I wonder if it has to do with that research designation, but they did say in the article that it was for safety, security, appearance. Like it doesn't fit with the ethos of the university anymore to have such a tailgating party, but we'll let you have the homecoming. So yeah, wonder how students feel about that.
It's always the weird thing to me is like when they do, it's like they do this half-ass thing of like, oh, we're going to stop this, but like you said earlier, everything else indicates that it's time to party, right? and that's completely sanctioned. And so it's not going to really work when you claim, oh, we're trying to bring safety, clean up, blah, 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 but we really do want you to get your groove on, kind of thing, So, not that means getting your groove on instantly means that something bad is going to happen, but if the idea is that it's these situations that are inducing folks to act up or do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do, and you are in such a fear of it continually happening over and over again, then it's not that bringing more cops on the campus ain't gonna stop nothing, because that's always going to be an after the fact kind of thing, right? So it's always weird. Yeah.
And again, that's my point. This isn't, they want the parties to continue because otherwise students get demoralized and don't want to be at your university. And the word spreads that there's no partying and there's no fun. People are less likely to want to be there. All the security and everything is not for them, and it's not meant to suppress the party. It's for the outside world. I don't believe any of it is meant to actually impact the students or the activities. It's so that, again, the board and the
surrounding community feels safe.
Yep.
While all of these Black people are congregating and making merry, which is bound to lead to mischief. So you need
you're right. That's scary enough as it is.
Even at the Black college, right?
Even especially at the Black college.
Woo! Yeah, that's interesting about Howard, considering Howard's homecoming is at least twice the size of Morgan's homecoming, right?
It would have to be,
Like it dominates a whole quadrant of the city. You know what I'm saying? Almost, So anyway, I wonder how much money these cities, Baltimore, DC, places where these HBCUs exist. I haven't heard the economic
that's a good question
on how much homecoming is an economic driver and how much money it brings to the city of tourism dollars and So I'm sure.
Well, if the past indicates anything, I know Sexy Red is herself probably slated to get like 150,000 for that.
Ooh, yeah.
The budgets for these things are huge. And then the students are all reporting, in my classes at least, that they're already broke in preparation for all the partying. So they're turned up. I mean, even walking around the building and campus a little bit this week, I just listening and overhearing the energy, and nobody's concerned about nothing. They're ready to go. And so the money's flowing. I think that's a good question to look. I might have to see if I can find a couple of things about that. That's a good question. The economy of homecoming. So, and it's the bars and restaurants in the area that are hosting all these other parties too. So it's a lot of stuff
interesting.
going on.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'd go to the liquor stores local around campus and just ask. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all do during homecoming? You know what I mean?
Let me see them receipts.
Oh wow. Well.
Let me see the books.
And while I'm here, why don't you slide a bottle of that Uncle Nearest on off the shelf for your homeboy?
I'm here on official business.
Yeah, while I'm here. And then while I'm here at the local dispensary, how's business during homecoming?
Can I sample some of your goods?
Yes.
Some of your wares.
Yes.
Some of your wares.
Yes. While I'm here, I'm all right. Okay.
Well, happy homecoming, everybody.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Just hydrate. Drink that water.
Hydrate and do what Dr. Ball says. Drink nothing you did not open yourself.
That's it.
There's dirt bags out here. So anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of dirtbags, did you guys see the story about 23andMe's board of directors all leaving? I guess in the wake of some of this Diddy stuff, people are drawing interesting conclusions about the departure of many high-level executives from a variety of different positions. But apparently 23andMe's whole board has retired or pieced out. I'm not sure what they did. But what's interesting about the story is that I think 23andMe is in danger of being delisted from NASDAQ. But the real story is they might start selling off your shit. It's the real story. Yeah, fuck all this board of directors shit. They, in an interest of potentially having to liquidate assets, 23andMe might be selling off your shit. Yes, your shit, your grandma's shit, your daddy's shit. Everybody just put that swab in their cheek all willy-nilly. And the difference between giving your information, your biological information to a corporation versus your healthcare provider is that the corporation is not bound by any HIPAA laws. No HIPAA laws. They don't got to keep your shit private at all. Okay. So they might start, selling off that DNA data. Oh, shit. What does that mean?
The headline here, to Kim's point, all of 23andMe's independent directors resigned from its board this week, a rare move that marks the latest challenge for the genetic testing company. The resignations follow drawn-out negotiations with 23andMe CEO and co-founder Anne Wojcicki, who wants to take the company private, which, to Kim's point, would then mean absolutely no, they're bound by nothing. In a Tuesday letter addressed to Wojcicki, the 7 directors said that they had yet to receive a fully financed, fully diligenced, actionable proposal that is in the best interest of the non-affiliated shareholders. So apparently this was a surprising move. And folks, I'm sorry, I'm misreading it. Wojcicki said that she was surprised and disappointed by the director's decision. So the director surprised her with their decision to resign.
This comes just a couple weeks after the company had to settle a $30 million lawsuit pertaining to a data breach.
Oh, wow.
Breach. Can we talk about giving away our biometric
before you do that, can you go back to the point about the money it's lost? Go back up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. 23andMe went public in 2021, has struggled to find profitable business model since. The company reported a net loss of $667 million for its last fiscal year, more than double the loss of $312 million the year prior.
Please tell us how much the CEO is making. I wish they had that.
About $400 million per year.
Right. And then, as Kim said, it's a $30 million lawsuit payment that they were forced to make. I'm trying to see. I do not see anything yet about the CEO pay.
No, they probably don't have it, but I'm just curious.
No, yeah, but it would have been, it's a nice little.
Kids, can we learn some lessons from Henrietta Lacks? And not that Henrietta Lacks did anything wrong, but the fact that these corporations, medical institutions, et cetera, but sticking with corporations, we don't know what they're going to do with your biometric data. You know what I'm saying? These things are monetizable. You feel me? And when falling into the wrong hands, could be used for nefarious purposes. We don't know what digital slavery it could look like in the future. Like the way that Henrietta Lacks's cells have been monetized and used and reused and used again for many, many decades with little, well, I guess her family's getting some compensation now, but that's after many decades of getting compensation. But we just don't know. So I would just caution against doing that. If you want to know your genetic stuff, go to your doctor. They have geneticists, right? You can get similar testing done, I suppose.
They can't do the fun thing of don't they take trace your so-called ancestry and produce public records for you that you can probably just go get yourself, or that kind of stuff. And by the way, she made doing this pitiful downfall of her company, she's making over $7 million a year. Relatively speaking, low on the CEO end, but still over $7 million.
How much?
A year. $7 million.
Oh,
yeah.
She broke.
That's good money.
She said her net worth is only 200. I say only her net worth is $270 million.
She broke. She broke.
She doesn't have any money. Oh,
yeah. I don't even know how she
Why are we
might
even talking about her?
Maybe we need to do a GoFundMe for her. To LJ's point, I think we need to do a GoFundMe fundraiser for her. 200 million. She shouldn't even come outside with that. Ugh.
But that's how they get you. They get you. I assume 23andMe does the same thing. What's the other one? The
Ancestry.
Yeah, which is probably the one that is making the money.
It is.
Yeah.
I actually had someone contact me looking for parents, and I felt really bad because I did the DNA, but they've been selling. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna go past that.
They thought you would.
No, I did it too.
No.
I did it too. My sister made me do it. My sister was like, she did it. She made my mom do it.
Mm-hmm.
She begged me to do it.
They
I
got
did
me.
it. Yep.
No,
you're
right. Elder skeletons were just coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, they were like, "Where's my dad?" And I was like, "Yikes! I don't know, man." Like, phew, that's so terrible to be like on a DNA site, like looking for your father. Like,
shit.
That's how they get you to, and then they're and then it's the email thing. We found a new hit. And I don't do the paid one. I'm not paying. You know what I mean? And that's what they try to get you with. They try to get you with, oh, look what you can find
really
out.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was the opposite. I wanted to be found just in case I had a couple out there that I didn't know about. I was like, find me. Let's reconnect.
Inheritance.
Ain't gonna be none.
Violence out here. Like,
no, I'm saying no, not in a bad way, but I'm saying if something happened that I didn't know about once upon a time, and you out there looking for your pops, I would want you to find me. We could, I'm here.
Yeah,
but the problem is that all of that information goes into publicly available databases, which is of course accessible by law enforcement. Not to say that anybody on screen has done anything that their DNA left at a scene would bring police to their door, but it's just the simple fact that the cops have your fucking DNA if they want it. You know what I mean? And I think that we in this time period, we are way too casual with the way we give away our information. And I know previously in a previous discussion about this, some dipshit had said in the chat, well, they probably got your shit anyway. Well, there's a difference between them having your shit and you giving them this shit, right? And so for folks that use the thumbprint or the retina scan to unlock your phone, please stop that. I need y'all to cut that shit out immediately. Number one, from a like law enforcement custody perspective, if your phone can be unlocked through your thumbprint, they will make you do that. Okay. But if your shit requires a code, a something you have to punch in, they cannot compel you to unlock your phone. But if your shit is just a thumbprint,
I just told some international travelers is like, look, if you have the retina scan or the print, take it off. Like do the code. Yeah. Because you're right. Like there's nothing about it's quite easy to lift somebody's hand up and put it on the phone. So
dead or alive, Kamau.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You do not need to be alive to get your thumbprint to unlock your phone. So I mean, let's just be a little bit more judicious and suspicious.
I'm with you on that. I did operate on the assumption that for me, between the military or anything else, they already have whatever they would want. And then the other thing was that I do think in general that if nefarious forces with the capability to turn your DNA into money want it, it's not, I mean, they can get it. You can get people's DNA pretty much any way you want. I mean, it's very easy. So I'm with you on not giving it and taking precautions and all of that and not, turning it into multi-billion-dollar industries for whoever. But that was at least my rationale. I was curious enough, and I was like, they already got my stuff anyway.
I think that's how we all do these days. That's how come we all like
our apps.
Our apps, our social medias. We all just assume. But then, and then the thing happens. I think also the data breaches, though, that is part of what came like so.
Yeah,
and that's the worst part too. Is that then people get access to other information which they can use for. Again, seizing more personal records, bank accounts, other things, scams, all that kind of stuff. So, we've turned over a lot. That's why all that conversation around, TikTok in China is such garbage, because it's like so it's okay. So it's I can't turn it over to China, but all of these American companies can have everything they want.
That's all they were saying.
And we can't have national health care, like where my stuff just transfers over state to state, but like you have all of my data and you have all of my fingerprints, and I need 4 apps to get into my healthcare. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No, when when everybody was ripping off my mother's Social Security, it was impossible for me to prove I was me to get involved to get to stop the theft. But for whoever was doing it, they was like whoop 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 whoop. I was literally standing in front of the person, like you could look at the screen and watch the transfers of my mother's money from her Social Security into some unnamed bank account that you all in 2 separate banks let get set up anonymously. But I come in here with all the paperwork that I'm her son, and you look at me like I'm the criminal.
Well, you're black. Duh.
If I needed a reminder, that was it.
That can't be right. That can't be right.
I thought you said this was a white woman. Who the hell is you?
It's obviously a scam.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so fun. Okay, let me tell a quick story because it relates to Jared's story. So I was at the DMV and my partner is white passing, but she's not, and they couldn't figure out how we were together. They were like, so it went from bad to worse. It was like. First they said, well, sister can sign the papers. Okay. And then it became, well, mom. I became mom. Mom can sign the papers. And I was like, oh, do I look old enough to be your mom?
Now
like,
you messed up.
Now you messed up. Like, what? Because it's a sin to be like, this person might be queer. This person, I can't think that they're together. That's worse. But this black woman must be her mom, because why else would they be signing papers together?
Damn.
Weird. Homophobia.
And I thought New York State was all liberally.
This wasn't New York. This was Idaho. So
okay, sorry. Okay.
You should have started the story that way.
Yes, you
it started in Idaho.
When I was in Idaho.
When I was in Idaho. Not that it can't happen in New York. Don't get us wrong.
It absolutely can.
Yeah. New York is a mess, and having spent a little time upstate, New York it's a mess. It's a lot of messes.
It is a mess.
There.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Upstate New York is so
when they said
gorgeous.
mama.
It's so pretty,
gorgeous.
and I do not ever want to stop through there. Like I was driving through, and I'm like, "This is gorgeous." I'm definitely not stopping. Look at all these crackers.
It's too pretty. It's too pretty. I know to set me up. It's a setup.
But there are so many of our people here, like the town over from me. There's so many Peruvians, Ecuadorians, Mexicans, like. But again, couched in that capitalist, this is the heartland of New York. Like you got, the Revolutionary War battles right up the road. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's horrible to be here. But there's lots of black and brown people here.
And when I would go visit PPs in the prisons in New York, like you always had to go upstate. It's always like a 7-hour ride from New York City. All the maxes are like all out.
Yes, you're right about that.
Yeah. And so you have to go, and it is these white towns. They got no economic engine whatsoever except for that damn prison. And
that one time I went to Attica to see Jaleel, I had that the only time I did it. And you drive up there, and all of a sudden, the houses get even a little smaller, but they all got American flags or Confederate flags.
They do.
A lot of Trump signs, and it got spookier and spookier. And then you see that and then why does Attica look like a Disney castle? Am I tripping?
It does. It does.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
Fantasy element, I guess.
I feel like I visited I had to visit every upstate prison in New York City, because at the time we had about 7 political prisoners, like maybe 8, like including David Gilbert. I visited David Gilbert in Attica, Jaleel at several locations. So also the Gambit, but it was always the same, overwhelming on the bus to go up there. Black poor folks like going up, and so tightly regulated. You know what I mean? Like so tightly regulated. They black folks coming to your town, tightly regulated. And for the littlest things. They would deny visits too. Like if it's like you don't have the proper shirt on, your skirt, your hair, your bra, whatever. So whatever the reason is, If they wanted to deny just to fuck with you, they would do so, or whatever like that. So these uptown, they survive off of that prison industry, which allows not only the people talk about the prison labor, but it's also the state basically paying poor white folks
to BCOs,
who get off on it. Of course, it's because they're cops now. They get to tell all these locked up motherfuckers what to do. They get to live out their fantasies of being the plantation runner or whatever like that, and tell black folks what to do, and it makes them feel superior. So they got the whole white supremacy thing in check. They know exactly what they're doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it, and how it makes sense. It's no accident whatsoever, of course. But that's upstate. That people are right. Upstate New York, it ain't no liberal spot. You reach a point where you're like, you might as well be down south. It's like you in Atlanta. When you go outside of Atlanta,
I felt like it.
Yeah,
that's how I felt those kind of vibes. Like, this is not safe. And when I fucked around and put I put teacher on the form when I went to see Jaleel.
Teacher. Yeah.
Because I was like, what's your relationship? And I was like, I didn't know what to put. I didn't know what I was doing. So I put teacher. I was like, and they called me over there and I thought I was getting sent home. The attitude of the woman, she said, come here. This little white woman with a lot of attitude. And she said, she was like, what is this? And I was like, she's like, you can't say, what is your, and I was like, I ended up putting friend, but I was like, she said, put friend in. Because I was like, but I'm not his friend. I was like, that felt awkward.
Mentor, mentee.
Yeah, I was like, he's a superhero. I was like, I don't know what do you say? You're going to meet Superman or Spider-Man? I don't know. It's like, he's my friend, right?
Come over here. What's this? You should have just gone into a long. Well, actually, the black.
I was scared. I thought because
just go off.
I thought she was going to say you fucked up. You had one shot to get this right. I thought she was going. I thought I was going to be driving home like, my bad, Julie.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to get in here. That would be me too. Yeah,
it's wild.
Well, speaking about knowing how to get back in here, apparently.
Oh, look at that transition right there. Look at you. Look at you.
Bad. I've been holding it. So
okay.
Right.
Well, I came right on.
Yeah, take a nice break. Get a nice.
The 50-year-old bladders ain't like they used to be.
I hear that. Into that. That's facts right there.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and right here we're gonna do it on the Remix Morning Show. So y'all stay tuned. Let's rock out. Little Ampiano. R&B. Right. Let me take you to a time and place. We talking about 1983. That's right. Off that album And the Beat Goes On by The Whispers. The name of that song is Keep On Loving Me, Loving Me. Big up to them twins with them big ass mustaches. Now, let me take you to 2020. Did I say that right? 2020. That's right, off the album Woza. Song named Woza. And the artist is Shasha. A little bit of Ampiano. South African mix. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com. Become a member over there. And go to our webpage. BLKLiberation.live. LiberationMedia.org. I'm up here trying to read it like I was reading Renegade Coach Boy. I tell you. So BLKLiberationMedia.org. Make sure y'all go there and donate as we are demonetized, and we definitely appreciate your support. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and get back to the Remix Morning Crew. You know how we do. All right. Bring the beat in. Oh, yeah. That's that South African, went from Afrobeat, got your different regional music.
Mm-hmm. Anything work out good on your thing?
Oh, yeah. The bride and groom are very happy. They are excited to be, that I'm stepping in.
They black? What's their racial?
White.
What's the wedding song?
The wedding song is Marry You. I think Bruno Mars.
Oh, very cute.
Is that a good song? I don't know it. Is it a good song?
Yeah, it's a great song to walk in.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Mm-hmm. It's cute.
Okay.
It's cute. Mm-hmm.
It's not a song for you, though. So I still.
Oh, did I tell you all? I surprise officiated this wedding I was going to. I thought it was just going to be.
Surprised.
Listen. They were like, so the best man who's going to actually do this is having a baby. So can you do it? And I was like, what? And so I officiated this whole wedding. But it was really cool. It was nice. So just wanted to.
They give you a tip?
There, so. No, but like I got a lot of clout. So, it's good.
LJ said when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Hey.
I officiated one wedding in my life too. My good friend. I did. What's wrong with you, Kim? What's wrong with you? Yeah, next.
How long did it last?
Well, I'm just curious about your credentials. So are you credentialed to officiate?
No, you don't got like for that purpose. They did the court thing earlier, but for the for the ceremonial thing,
anyone
I got
can
to
do
stand
it.
there and do their thing.
Are they still married?
They are still married, and they're contributors to community movement builders.
Oh wow! Okay.
Good friends. They're psychiatrists.
Of course, Kamau made them permanent supporters.
That was the cost. Like,
here's how you pay me back.
Yeah, it's like, look, I'll do this.
I said, please don't call me for any surprise baptisms. Like, I need to know, like, in advance. Like,
oh wow!
You should.
Anymore.
That would be. Oh wow!
Please don't call me for that.
You got to charge for baptisms, though. I mean,
I told them, I was like, look, I could charge $1,000 for a wedding, and you getting this for free. You getting this.
You can charge a G. See, I don't know nothing about this world. You get to charge. That's a paid gig,
charge
right?
a G. That is a paid gig.
Officiating a wedding is a paid gig for.
Absolutely.
They there for like less than an hour. They can stay and eat food and everything.
If they got that for free, I feel like they need to.
The DJ
it depends on it. Like
no. The fact that they could come in for and get a G for just an hour of work.
Okay.
Well, we got to be there for like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's an hour. It's not just an hour. First of all, you're there the whole time, depending on the wedding. You have to travel to get there, right?
Prepare, right, Lucretia? You have to. Yes, you have to get ready.
You have to go over the ceremony. You have to like rehearsal. It's also a lot of work, like talking to the parents, talking to the. Yeah, it's like.
Do you do any counseling beforehand usually too? Like if you're going to officiate sometimes.
Yeah, I would definitely want to do something beforehand and like help with the organization of the ceremony instead of like me kind of slotting in. I added some stuff to the ceremony stuff. They liked it. So it's good.
I don't even know if I should tell this story, but I'm
probably not.
Please, too late.
Yeah. So when we in the gap, when we get married, we had our officiating, we had our aficionado or officiate, whatever. AK, who's a well-known political person, wrote the book. We Will Shoot Back. Malcolm X Grassroots Movement.
Oh, I have that book right here.
Yeah, he officiated my wedding.
That's cool. Anyway,
we did the pre-counseling thing.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we had to take an extra week because we were like, maybe we should not.
That's hilarious. That's good though.
We got into some issues at the thing. We got into some.
Yeah.
One thing led to another, and it was like, nah. But what really happened is what you said, and then it started to happen all like this. Like that's not what happened. We got to be a little bit in the.
That is hilarious.
Exactly. I was carrying a binder, but I had to put it down because I didn't want people to ask me too many questions. They were like, "Where do I stand? Where do I go?" I was like, "I'm here for this part." Like I don't know where bridesmaids go, but yeah.
That
My
does
wed-
put you large and in charge at that point, because everybody will look at you for direction, and you can literally tell everybody to stand up. Everybody stand up now.
Everybody
take
sit
your shirt
down.
off. Everybody sit down.
Everybody take it, wave it around your head.
Yes, do the hokey pokey. And people will literally just do it because they're like, "Is this part of the ceremony? Okay, this is different."
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I paid our officiant when I got married $150, and then the lady forgot the vows. I was in the
Should've
mom.
paid her more, ma, sir. That's what
Yeah.
that was at $150.
You got the $150 memory.
You got the 100. There you go. Right.
Same with the stack,
and
she
the
would
mo-
have remembered everything.
And the mom from Barbados, she's like, wait, no vows. I was like, oh, yeah. So
Get her.
he got our 150 worth of officiating.
What you got?
Yeah, but
I have
see,
everything written down. You do when you do it, LJ. Do you have it written down, or do you know it
Yeah.
off the top usually? If someone asks for
Just
something
especially
standard,
not-
if someone asks they're not doing vows, it's like a standard thing. Is it like
Well,
off? It's like it's,
I prefer to have it written down. Nah, Elon, where's the damn news?
come back tomorrow,
Love
my
it.
nigga. Come back
you know what
tomorrow.
I'm saying? Damn.
Come back
Yeah,
on
Buffalo,
Friday.
Buffalo.
You
This ain't
want
your
bad
time.
news?
How many people use song lyrics as their vows because they're corny?
Oh, probably a lot of people. Yeah,
Probably
this
a
is my
lot.
first one officiating though, but a lot of
Mm.
people really are taking the time to figure out like, oh, what music do I want to walk down to? What music do I actually want to do a cake cutting? That's stupid. It's fun to like talk about the ceremony aspects with the couple.
Yes, I wrote my vows. They said, Kay Harris said, "Ear doctor, you didn't write any vows, sir?" Yes, I did.
I bet he did. I bet you they were beautiful too, your
Mhm.
doctor. You're
I
very
even made a mix CD
lyrical.
with our favorite songs, and we talked about the songs, how we like the songs and affected. It was dope.
I told y'all what I like at my most of the Ethiopians at an Ethiopian band. The only thing I got to choose was the playlist for a little bit, which was mostly like hip hop and Biggie and New York shit. But I forgot to take I gave him the non-clean version.
Mm.
And so in the middle of the wedding, there's like a lot of whatever. And I'm like, Gad's freaking out. I'm like,
Shoot the bitch in the calf muscle.
Right.
that kind of
Got his daughter's tied up in a Brooklyn basement.
What Biggie song was even appropriate for any part of your
It was
wedding?
a dance.
I love you, honey. I'm gonna tie you up in the basement.
Right.
What was the
Hypnotized.
song? One more chance. Like what? Could
All of
even
that.
be
All
the
of that.
song?
Oh, there were like three
Wow.
or four in a row. It was like the dance part. But the younger folks, the youth, they were like, yo, just chill. The parents don't know what's being said. They don't get it. They immigrants. Don't
No,
worry
they
about it. Everybody having a good time.
They're
And it worked for the
immigrants.
most part. It worked. It worked. They all knew it, but the older cats didn't know what they did. It was like, all right. So
Yeah,
That's
that's hilarious.
hilarious. Yeah, that fits. That fits. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good enough for me. All right, I'll catch y'all at the end of the show.
Thank you, Ear Doctor. Thank you, remixers. Time is 9:37 on this remix Thursday, the 3rd of October, 2024. Shit. Election
Yeah,
Day is a
going
month
by.
away. So much is going to happen in the next 30 days, everywhere, not just here,
Yeah.
literally everywhere. Doesn't this feel like the countdown to the end? Like
the world is
even
on
though
fire. It
we
feels.
come to the end of the road. And
Mhm.
On my
Yeah.
Atheist Debates channel, somebody called in the other night and said, "That's it. This is it." They were like, "This is definitely the end,"
The
and it's
beginning of the end.
obvious.
They said obvious.
Obvi- That's what they said. That was their argument. It's
Obvious.
obvious. So, yeah, they were like, "Get right." They were telling the atheists to get right because he on his way.
they were telling the atheists to get right. Hilarious.
Santa
Wow.
Oh
Claus.
yeah, that's what
Santa
point of the
Claus is
call.
coming to town.
Yeah.
They call into these atheist hosts, and the
Mm.
atheists. The question is always, "What is your evidence?" And the theists usually are the ones calling, and they get preference on the calls. So if you're a theist and call in, you get put to the head of the line, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you call in, and this one was aggressive. Like it's like you need to get right, atheist. Like I'm calling you to do you a favor.
Oh.
Don't you see what's happening over here? Get
Sometimes the
right.
pitch to save souls is very aggressive, right? Like
It is. Yeah.
it ranges from, have you found Jesus? To if you don't accept Jesus, we are going
Damnation.
to burn your house down until you accept Jesus.
Jesus loves AKs. Didn't you know? Yeah, it's like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
Kamala is promising a one-time check of $700 to those affected by the hurricane. Well done.
First of all, she's not even president. She can't make no promises right now. Promises.
She really is the president right now. Everybody knows that. Dude is not really there.
Boy, he is. Every time I see him at a press conference,
he's working hard.
Worse and worse.
Yahoo right now. He's working hard, apparently.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So peace is on its way. Yeah.
Peace is imminent. Can't you hear the peace coming?
Is that real about the $700? Because if so, she can take that $700 and shove it you know where. Are we? You know what? I don't even.
I will look for it real quick.
I'm sure she did.
No, actually, no. PolitiFact says it's not true.
It can't be because what?
Kamala Harris campaign isn't paying people $700 a week to. Oh no, this one is saying she's not paying $700 a week to people to pay her to attend her events. I'm sorry, I didn't even get the right story.
Oh, okay.
So there was apparently a claim that she's spending $700 a week to get people to show up at her events. I don't see anything about.
Oh no, I think the lemmings are showing up voluntarily and willingly. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm sure she's made some statement in terms of her policy. That's probably around. She's going when she becomes president or whatever. But yeah, I don't know who's running the country. I mean, officially, whatever, because Joe is off the. He's just win or lose. It was a smart move by the Democrats. It's like there's no way that this dude could have done this whole campaign.
So this story, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the amount of energy that they have tried to inject into the corpse of the Democratic Party for people, and the fact that people are actually like feeling energized by her is kind of wild because she has not said any real policies yet, and she's flip-flopped so much over just the past month. I agree with Ricky in the chat. The State Department and the Pentagon is running the country.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You're right.
Absolutely.
So this story says that they have approved 100% reimbursement to the state of Georgia for the cost of the damage. And then it does say that Harris announced that FEMA is providing $750 for people who have immediate needs.
To spend where, baby? At the store that has no groceries, at the gas station that has no gas? Like, thanks for the $750. The fuck am I spend it? Where am I spend it? On what?
I don't know. That might get a family of 4 in a Lyft or Uber. Well, I was going to say it would get a family of 4 or an Uber or a Lyft to a neighboring state for them to all maybe cram into one cheap motel for one night.
Bro, you understand? I don't think we're grasping the extremity of the catastrophe. On what road? On what highway? And by the way, the way that the state is trying to bully the whole response, they actually told, I say that it's a story, I don't have it handy, but anyway, there was a person who had a private helicopter who was using his helicopter to help airlift people out of areas that are unreachable because no roads, and the fire department made him stop under threat of arrest, from what I understand. And then there have been photos of police officers guarding grocery stores because we can't have people looting food to survive, right? Like, there's a lot of the story that's not being told right now. Let me shout out the Status Quo. I think Status Quo has been
oh, they're in town. That's right.
No, this shit is bad. That's happening in North Carolina, southwestern Virginia, eastern Tennessee, northern Georgia, northwestern South Carolina. It's very bad. Like, hundreds of people have died, and still hundreds more remain missing. This is very bad. It's bad.
Just to show.
But it's interesting that the state is literally trying to deter people from helping each other. You know
yes,
which is wild. But it does shine a spotlight on the necessity of some sort of preparedness in some way. You guys, we have to.
What do y'all think this is? What do y'all think this is?
That is a roller coaster.
That is a Six Flags Georgia, the roller coaster.
Wow.
I was like, that's a roller coaster. Yeah.
So they're the roads that they're supposed to evacuate on. That's Kim's point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's not that much different than promising people $25,000 for a home loan, as she did during the debate. I mean, it's not. It's a pittance. So.
But what does that 750 do right now to address these people's immediate needs?
That's what
it doesn't do
nothing for
maybe
you.
she talked
the roller
about
coaster's underwater.
Maybe she talked about it on All the Smoke podcast.
Was she on All the Smoke?
She went on All the Smoke. I knew it.
I don't even know what that is, and I'm happy about that.
All the Smoke is another popular black targeting podcast with it's not Gillian Wallow. That's the other one. This is the former ball players. This is
Gilbert. Is this
no?
Gil?
This is
light skin and brown skin.
It's my homeboy, my fellow mixed.
Oh, Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes and Thug Central from Texas. What's his name? Damn, I'm totally blanking. Steven Jackson. Thank you, Quentin. Steven Jackson. But I was saying it because when she went on Earn Your Leisure, she's doing it's like the black podcast, the black business entrepreneurial, I'm cool black tour.
Please stop telling me things. I don't want to know anything else.
It's rough out here. The news is rough out here. The news is definitely some trauma-inducing.
So Kamala's not getting asked no real fucking questions. Is kind of what I'm deducing from this. I can get something about small business.
But she talked to Oprah. Surely she said something on Oprah.
That's where all the real, business is handled.
So I do have. I don't have it pulled up to anything in particular, but I do have a little bit of her greeting.
Oh, All the Smoke.
All the Smoke.
Yeah. This got to be classic. Yeah, absolutely. Please, we need
now
this.
Now we're here. Did you ever imagine this was going to be the journey?
No, I just have a really bossy best friend.
No, because I got no.
It was a blind date, right?
It was a blind date. And she called me up because she and her husband met him and got to know him. And then she just decided that this might could work. And said to me, just go out with him once. Don't Google him, just go out with him.
Don't Google him. Just give it a shot. Yeah, right.
And it turned out she was right.
It was a good choice.
I'm in a very happy marriage. I'm very thankful.
So where'd you guys go? Did you really?
Okay.
Anybody that says they're in a happy marriage, I think they're lying.
We hear you're a big fan.
Did he know he was going to be on TV with that suit?
You were in the stands when we were there in the We Believe era.
I really.
Can we talk about that?
Yes,
do you remember
yes,
that?
I do remember. Okay, we want to say our Warriors are always good.
Now she's talking about basketball,
right?
He's asking her basketball question.
I mean, it was electric. You guys remember? It was.
Oh, do they have it times? Do they have
everybody, we would take
broken in chapters
and just go.
What are the other topics? Mass exodus out of Oakland.
Thing I love about sports.
Let me see. Mass exodus of Oakland sports team is the next topic.
Oh my God!
Does she know
questioning her race and being a stepmother.
No thanks. Okay. Skip past that.
How does a bill become a law?
We do a schoolhouse.
Conjunction.
History of protests restricting rights.
What she did to the people in California. HBCUs? Oh, I'm definitely going to check that out. I'll look at that later.
Mental health issues in America, protecting our own mental health, plans to improve the economy, views on cannabis.
Maybe plans to improve the economy.
Can I start with the history of protests? I'm curious about that.
Go. Yeah.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fully accurate.
I think so.
People need, what do you say to that?
Look, my parents marched for cil rights.
1 second.
Oh, not that.
What's the question?
Why are we still marching in 2024 when it's common sense what people need? What do you say to that?
Look, my parents marched for civil rights back in the day. I do believe there is no significant progress that we've made in our country without the people often taking to the streets.
That you did
going way back to the Civil Rights Act, to the Voting Rights Act, to, I mean, what's happening now in the streets on choice, to what happened around George Floyd's murder, and moving forward an agenda that's about that. I mean, you could just go through just the different levels of progress that we've had.
It's been the biggest marches over the last year.
Often it has taken people taking to the streets, which is why, look, I support the right of people to peacefully protest. My opponent in this race, you look up Project 2025.
Nasty work.
They're literally
obviously support the right to protest. Look at January 6th.
And deport them because they want
LJ, which one you wanted?
Weed. Is she going to allow us to smoke weed freely? Cannabis.
We already there. We're already there. Yeah, we're already there. What's she gonna? What is the point of this? What is she gonna say? I smoked but didn't inhale.
Yeah. What are your views on cannabis consumption?
Okay, we'll do it
in the United States.
It's the top cop.
Big hitters. First thing to come to mind. Let us know. Oh, cannabis.
Your views on cannabis?
I just feel strongly people should not be going to jail for smoking weed. And we know historically what that has meant and who has gone to jail.
Mm-hmm. And who put
Second,
people in jail?
I just think we have come to a point where we have to understand that we need to legalize it and stop criminalizing this behavior.
Apologies,
and so, this is not a new position for me. I have felt for a long time we need to legalize it. So that's where I am on that.
I love it.
Well,
okay.
I mean, she just
said
laid.
weed, not cannabis. Pay attention, y'all.
Yeah, that's old school, right?
Yeah, that's old school.
I like it.
Oh, that makes her
like
cool.
Phrasing.
Favorite holiday to cook and what's
So she played saxophone on Arsenio.
Please stop. Stop.
She said,
I just want to say, like, anyone who smokes cannabis, you can still be uptight while you're smoking a J. Can I just say, like, it doesn't automatically relax you. Can I just like,
that's a fact.
if you're still like tight with white supremacy, it is not gonna alleviate that from you. Let me just say.
Even when we call it medicine, it is not all healing. You're right. Absolutely right. But she called it weed, though, LJ. You missing the point.
Oh, right.
She's
right.
cool.
So she's cool. She's with the people. That's code. She's code switching.
In running her campaign is like praising all the gods right now. Like, thank God, like that we can just trot her out on all these fucking podcasts being interviewed by comedians and fucking cryptocurrency shysters and all players and fucking Oprah whack ass at 70 plus right now. Like, her campaign manager is like, yo, this is the dopest shit ever. Like,
ever.
Like, yo, we don't have to answer no real questions. We can go on debates and just stand there and let Trump floss at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? And just say, you know, circuitous answers, non-answers to questions when posed directly. Yo, this is a madness of a presidential campaign cycle. And I am further demoralized every time I see Kamala talk. Every time I hear her open her mouth and say anything about anything, I'm like, we are finished out here. We are cooked. Please rescue.
Right.
You got me thinking about the fire. Did we talk about the chemical poisoning in Georgia?
Oh, no, we did not actually, no.
I don't have a story ready, but I feel
apparently neither did she.
Of course. Like, why would she, though? Yeah.
Talking about burning cannabis.
Just gas. It's just chlorine gas.
But this biolab facility has leaked gas, has had at least 3 of these in the past 5 to 10 years. So this is not the first time that the residents of Metro Atlanta have been poisoned by this company. I don't feel very democratic. Do y'all feel democratic under that system?
No, in fact, I feel like that caller was right.
Has Biolab ever run you a fucking check for poisoning your air for X amount of time? Like, where's the democracy here for people that reside in this country? We get corporations have the freedom to poison us, to kill us, to give us cancer, to give our children respiratory illnesses and conditions. Like, that's the freedom. Ain't no fucking freedom for
the first alert we got was like, you know, you get those like the emergency alerts, which they didn't do right away. They did like a day later.
Wow.
And then part of it was like, however, air particles show that there's no danger.
Then why the fuck are you closing everything? Why are you telling everybody to stay inside if there's no danger?
Exactly.
God help us.
Which they did late again. They did late. They didn't until like this became a story where people started to worry and be concerned. At first, all the authorities tried to play it down. So it says Atlanta likely to be covered by haze and chlorine or odor from chemical lab fire, officials warned. The cause of the elevated chlorine levels was a fire that ignited on the roof of a biolab plant in Conyers, Georgia. And it was a huge explosion, apparently, also. Here, there's hopefully there won't be any commercial.
Tonight, a hazard in the air. Thick gray and orange smoke billows from a chemical facility in Conyers, Georgia, after a fire today forcing nearby residents to evacuate.
Please spread the word to stay away from this area at this point. The interstate, as you can see, is backed up.
Shelter in place. Keep your doors and windows closed. In the event the wind shift, this thing can change really quickly.
Officials say around 5 a.m. today, as employees were inside, a sprinkler malfunctioned, causing a chemical to start the blaze, which is now out and was contained to the roof.
I do not know the specific type of chemical, but only that it is water reactive.
The company in a statement, our team is on the scene, working with first responders and local authorities to assess and contain the situation. No one was injured. The Environmental Protection Agency is now conducting air monitoring. Law enforcement pulling out respirators as a precaution. This isn't the first chemical scare at the BioLab facility that manufactures pool and spa products, according to the U.S. Chemical Safety Board. In 2020, a plume of hazardous chemicals was released.
Since I've been a part of Rockdale County for 7 years, this is probably the third incident of this magnitude.
No timetable yet on when the area will be safe. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
And Gary.
No one was injured. I think the birds would like a word. The birds would like a word whether or not anybody was injured.
Hey, good thing we have all that health care to take care of all the subsequent injuries that are going to be
and it's
coming.
good
So
that we,
you're
correct, Jared. And it's good that we have the long-term health care as well that understands systemic effects on the body, and it's not just about symptoms. I'm so glad that people have that waiting for
We're
them.
good. Yeah.
And wasn't it just raining? Wasn't it just raining in Atlanta? Wasn't it just raining? Did you have chlorine rain? Did it
we did have chlorine rain.
Did you have chlorine
Not purple rain, it's chlorine rain.
Chlorine rain.
Wow.
And I'm sure that didn't get
That was on the B side of that song, that album.
Chlorine rain.
Chlorine rain. That was on the other.
Rain.
No drinking water, no rivers, no bodies of water, nothing else was harmed.
Nothing for the smoke to go.
We do need water to live. I just want people to
But more importantly, what we need is the products for the pools. That's more important than the water we need. You got to keep that chlorine for the pools. That's what's more important. No reason to have
public pools in
checks.
Atlanta even? Like, do you get to go to public pools?
There's public pools in Atlanta.
Good.
And that's what we need this for. But there's no reason to regulate the company or to make any checks on it, particularly after the first 2 times. Why I think there would be a third time.
They'll get it under control.
Are saying, oh, this is
3 times is a charm. Third time's a charm.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
The crazy thing is we jump in a vat of cold water mixed with chlorine.
You talk about the pool, like jumping in the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's safe, but like breathing chlorine, safe-ish, but breathing chlorine gas.
Dear doctor, not every chemical
It's not the same.
is in every form. All right, yeah.
Yes.
And not every chemical is unsafe either. And some of the natural chemicals that form, which are natural chemicals, are unsafe. So it's not automatic that just because it's human made, it's bad, and natural is good.
Oh, I didn't say that. I'm just saying
It's
crazy
implied.
that I'm just saying it's kind of crazy that we jump into cold water mixed
It's
with
not,
chlorine.
but it's
Sir,
not.
the subtext.
Actually, that's not crazy.
And it's
That
definitely
part's
not
not
the
crazy.
same as chlorine water being put into, or chlorine being put
And
into
plumes of
drinking water,
smoke.
right? That's very
Raining
different.
down on our
And I'm
skin.
also very curious what kind of tax subsidies that BioLab gets in Rockdale County, Georgia, which I'm sure are substantial and significant because, they're probably job creators. So they probably don't have to pay no fucking taxes. What are the penalties for this? Clearly you have an issue here where this repeated poisoning of the local community happens repeatedly in a short duration of time. Is there a penalty for this? Like, do people get compensated? Does anything happen to this company for repeatedly doing this negligence?
Remember,
Because
it was like it was only on the roof, and so I'm sure that the employees got to come back the next day because it was contained.
So ear doctor, just because go ahead, LJ, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the employees that were that are still missing. I'm not sure which state that was affected by Helene, but they were working at a power plant that I do know, and they were told to stay. And the floodwaters came, and at least 6 of them are missing. I don't know how many have been found yet, but it's like, great, stay at work, and die
Yes.
instead of going home. Okay.
Correct. I saw that story. Very devastating.
Tennessee, thank you.
Just for the sake of responsibility on the platform before we leave, I just want ear doctor. So ear doctor. So applied to a one hitter or a bong, perfectly safe. Right.
That's something he understands.
Right. Applied to dry paper or wood, less safe.
Jared, you're
welcome, everybody.
You have radiation earplugs right in the middle of your brain is in between two radiation earplugs. Are we gonna talk science right now?
Because science.
It's important to know the difference.
But the science shows that what this is safe. Radiation at higher
that's safe.
So again, so seriously, so think about it. The sun, I learned this is why atheist debates are so effective. The sun is a radiating nuclear heat ball, but because we're at a certain distance and engaging it in certain ways, it's actually safe and even life affirming, right? If we go out too much and enjoy it with certain unprotections or damaged ozones, etc., it becomes less safe. So yes, and with radiation at certain doses, at certain levels is perfectly fine, and at other levels, it's not.
Let's just see kids with them in their ears all day, and it just don't seem the best. But what do I know? I'm an ear doctor. I do music.
Well, it's probably more
let them be there.
Their actual hearing than it is, you know what I'm saying, to their brain.
Hearing
is actually being impacted.
That's facts.
Yeah. All right, so keep using your microwaves, y'all. Get that food done out quick.
We were doing so well.
Get your food heated up quick, y'all.
You're right.
I mean, but there is no good way. Again, the poisoning of us, the toxicity of our city, of our cities.
You're right.
You know
We all gonna die from cancer.
Hey, system of a down.
Well, that part is true. We are going to all die from. That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
a new study just said 5% of all cancers is attributed to alcohol drinking. So
I'm sure. I think it's more than that, but that's another story. But
they can't report that. They can't. They got to keep the numbers low.
Go to Canada. Health Canada is all over it. But
y'all got to tune in tomorrow morning for some more remix to find out about all that. Thank y'all for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday. That's right. And make sure y'all come back at 11 as we rock out for Classical Breakdown. Anything coming up, y'all?
I got Dr. Cooper coming on my platform at 1:00 to talk about his new book on race, resistance, and sports, which is fascinating. So if people got time, come through for that. Otherwise, and then Saturdays with Renee will be back here.
Hey, lovely.
And then I just make sure the bell is rung, because I don't know if Jackie might have her show Friday night. I don't know what exactly is going on. So just make sure you have the bell rung. So it's relaxing. Just click the bell, and then you could just go off about your business and get your nice notifications whenever something's happening.
That's what it is. All right, we out of here. Have a great day, y'all. And please do one thing and then get us up out of here. Rescue us. The Remix Morning Show, because this place is crazy.